Okay, guys, there's a new rules reference out for Marvel Champions. The rules reference 1.6 is what it's called. And this video is talking about a topic that I consider a little bit negative, but I do want to stress that I actually love this rules reference. I love the previous one, 1.5. This is what Tony has done, one of the quote-unquote new lead designers on the game. He designed, Next Evolution and basically most of the X-Force heroes. And Mojo Mania, fantastic stuff. Really, really impressive. Really, really like his work. Really like the new rules reference we have. But there's one problem that has persisted for a while, and that is in regards to Black Widow. So I gotta say, can we leave Natasha alone? And this is a little bit, I'm poking fun at it really, but it is something that bothers me, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it in case you're not aware of this. So Black Widow is one of the, at this point, we can say one of the oldest characters in the game. Don't know how actual age, I don't think should appreciate that. But what we have here is Black Widow, and we have Widow's Bite. Widow's Bite is her preparation upgrade that targets minions. When a minion enters play, you discard it, deal 2 damage to that minion, and stun it. That makes sense, right? She's all about preparation upgrades, no problem. Well, what do you think happens when this guy enters play? The Hydra Jet Trooper. He's got 2 attack, 3 health, seems fine, but he has that quick strike keyword. Well, we could look at Widow's Bite and say, okay, a minion has entered play, I will deal 2 damage and stun it. Quick Strike makes the minion attack, so hey, okay, it's down to 1 hit point, and the stun is going to block its Quick Strike. That's really good. That's how it used to work for the longest time. Then it changed, because they actually set an order of how things are meant to, operate, a timing chart, and keywords, such as Quick Strike, and, retaliate, and all that kind of stuff. But that all comes before responses and interrupts. So, unfortunately for Widow's Bite, it's a response. Quick Strike is a keyword. Keywords go first. So what happens is the Hydra Jet Trooper would have engaged you. It would start to attack you with Quick Strike, but then you could Widow's Bite it, get it down to that 1 hit point and stun it. But because that Quick Strike had started, it would then finish. That was 1.5. Things have changed again. And obviously, having the Quick Strike start and then, complete, regardless of the stun, that was a bad time for Widow's Bite. That was made it worse than we had all been playing it previous to that update. Well, now it's like this. So this is a question that is kind of an example question in the rules 1.6. And it says, if I have Widow's Bite in play and I reveal a minion with Quick Strike, which resolves first? And we can skip to the last sentence. Keywords have timing priority over responsibilities, so Quick Strike resolves first. So no longer does the Quick Strike have this weird sort of timing point where it gets interrupted in the middle, so the Quick Strike starts, then it gets stunned and hurt, but the attack completes. Nor is it how it used to be, where it would just get stunned before the Quick Strike and everyone was happy. Now you have to get hit by the Hydra Jet Trooper, then you can use Widow's Bite. And you might not think that's a big difference because, you're taking the attack from the Quick Strike anyway because the stun wasn't stopping it in the first place, so does it matter what order this happens? Well, yes, because actually the damage here could potentially defeat a minion with Quick Strike. So it would still stop it because it would defeat that minion in the process. So we actually have Black Widow's Widowmaker ability, which deals a extra damage as well when we trigger preparation, which would work for a 3 health minion. But we also have 2 health and 1 health minions that enter play and they attack. And now Widow's Bite just doesn't work against them at all. It cannot stop them with damage. The stun, it could have stopped them with that anyway recently, but that still doesn't work. So Widow's Bite will help you damage a normal minion. It will still help you damage a Quick Strike minion, but it will still Quick Strike you first. So it's not like it's useless, but I think its coolest uses, which was, against Quick Strike, it's gone from being, not so good from the previous rolling compared to before, and now it's just even worse. And I actually didn't realize this at first. Shout outs to the people on Discord, V Jackson, I thought at least they changed up the timing. It's a little bit cleaner now because trying to stun someone in the middle of a Quick Strike was really, really weird. They've changed how some of that stuff works with like toe to toe and things. For Widow's Bite, it has to wait, and it's cleaner than interrupting in the middle, but it's worse for Black Widow. And it's not an isolated incident to Widow's Bite. It also affects Iceman, it affects Hawkeye. These both have abilities after a minion enters play. You get to stun them or damage them. Both of those things can help you with some of those weak Quick Strike minions. But unfortunately, with the way the rules are, what happens is those minions enter play, the Quick Strike will hit you, then you're allowed to respond. So you can stun them after they've already hit you, which I think the whole point of, these kind of cards is you can kind of ping them immediately. At least, you could argue otherwise, and that's fair, but it's much, much cooler, pun intended with Iceman. It's much more useful I think it's much more fun, and that's the key thing here, that the way that these abilities work now, and technically in the previous update, it's less fun, and that's the point I want to make. So I do want to stress, I think the designers, the rules people, everyone's doing a really, really good job for a game whose rules are very difficult to manage. There's a lot of, asterisks in there. There's a lot of little situations they need to be careful of. So I appreciate that's a very difficult job, but I think they've doubled down on Widow's Bite and similar effects not working on Quick Strike, and it makes me sad. So I made this video. And we can also look at things like Lion Weight, which is another preparation that comes with Black Widow that in aggression, Black Widow kind of likes a lot of the time. It doesn't work either, because again, it's response to a minion engaging you. To a minion engage you, it quick strikes. That takes precedence, keyword over response. It's going to hit you, so you could damage it afterwards. You're still in the correct response window, but you've taken the damage. So it says Lion Weight, but actually, the waiting part is kind of emphasized, if you know what I mean. It's a shame, really. They've got this new sort of timing chart here, and as you can see, number 1, the second sort of line of the first sort of entry, keywords are first, then status cards, like stun and everything else, then forced interrupt, and we get down to response at number 7, which is what most preparation and sort of effects like this are. Unfortunately, definitely, for Widow's Bite, it's very bad news. It's 100% confirmed that the whole thing, even the damage, doesn't actually come in and do anything until after that quick strike is fully resolved against you. Now, I have a small proposal. It's just an idea. I wanted to share it with you guys. Right now, this is how quick strike reads. After a minion with a quick strike keyword engages a player whose identity is in hero form, that minion attacks that player. What if I were to change that up? What if I was to take inspiration from the consequential damage rule, which says consequential damage is dealt to an ally after resolving abilities that are triggered by that ally attacking or thwarting? So yeah, you've got to put the consequential damage on still. It's still in progress. It's part of the game, but it pauses to wait for abilities that respond to the ally first. And that's really important to make several allies work how they're actually meant to work. So taking inspiration from this, here's my revised suggestion for Quick Strike. After a minion enters play with Quick Strike, after resolving abilities that are triggered by the minion entering play or engaging a player, that minion attacks the player they are engaged with if they are in hero form. So what this means is that the minion enters play, we can resolve abilities that would be triggered by that, then they would go ahead and attack. That would be baked into the keyword. So the keyword isn't blocked, but would have the opportunity before it begins to attack. And that would make all of these cards, as far as I can see, work absolutely perfectly. It would fit within all the rest of the rules in the game. I don't think it messes with anything else. Let me know if you think it does. But I spent a little while, trying to figure out the wording and how we could do this. And to me, this is an absolute win. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, Black Widow, she getting a bit of a rough time with Widow's Bite, but aside from this, guys, and I don't want to focus too much on the negative, aside from this, this video, Rules Reference 1.6, really, really good. Give it a look. I'm sure some of the other content creators will do a deeper look. I'm probably going to talk about some little bits in the future, and I hope you guys have a great day. See you next time. Bye.